preparing?
I was asking Lee, yeah.
Sharing my screen.
No, I'm resizing photos so I can list a bit. I took a bunch of photos just before the sun went down, but I do have to adjust them because some of them are a bit dark, and then I adjust them all to half the size so that they don't take as long to upload.
Why
Can you hear
just?
Why are you sharing your screen?
Well, I was going to show
Me?
you some stuff.
Is this your screen, Gigi?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sharing my screen.
Why?
I'm going to go on mute for a bit.
I was looking at all these photos of Lee, G Lee.
Where are you?
But you're not G Lee anymore, are you? You're
Well, I'm
something
calling
else.
her Julie.
I'm the number one Nolo bookseller.
Okay.
Why is that showing
That's
up?
my alias.
Maybe I clicked on the wrong screen. Hang on.
Yeah, no, we got a bunch of photos of you or me with a hat on.
Yeah, because I had to I had to get an image to put in the thumbnail for next week. So,
yeah, wow, how embarrassing.
oh yeah, I did. I clicked on the wrong one. So my question for you is, why are you not? Why haven't you changed your phone settings? You taking with your phone or a camera?
My phone.
Phone settings, perhaps to download a lower quality, like a smaller picture.
I know. I've got to learn how to use my phone still.
Yeah,
25,000 photos later.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, people do all this stuff, and then they have to re-edit their photos in some shape or form. To me, that's just a waste of time. I have my phone.
No, I know, because there's something. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I know.
I've done my settings so that it saves it as a JPG because that's the easiest format to upload, and I have it set so that it's it's not the same resolution that it would take if it was taking a normal photo, and that way
on your phone.
Yes,
I'll have to jump on a chat with you and get a bit of coaching.
Because I think the whole thing of editing photos after you've taken them is just a waste. It's adding more time that you don't need to be adding to.
You could use that for listing and other stuff.
Exactly. Do you like the blank
my
screen?
best thing now? My best thing now is to do all my drafts, take my photos, come sit and have a smoke, and I put all my photos in my listings.
Yep.
Straight from the phone. It's much better.
You still smoke?
Oh, have you not been out in the back porch or in the back part of?
God, I'll have to cut that bit out, won't I?
Far out. I don't know hardly anyone that still smokes.
All right, let's do it. So, we're just going to skip. Does anybody need to know about titles that's in here?
No, we're doing titles other ways.
You're doing titles other ways.
Well, that's what the other YouTube thing is.
The other
You're
YouTube
going through
thing?
titles. No, you're going with titles with Lee.
Oh, yeah. But I would have just run over what I said in the live if anyone needed me to. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is just going to go through a really quick run through of the item specifics. What is absolutely necessary to fill in, what isn't, and what should you be filling in? What do you need to fill in to get a good sale, I guess, and to get sales? And what can you skip? Because the more that you can skip, the quicker it is, the more listing you can do. Just saying. So, of course, we do have to put a brand in, Well, we could do unbranded, I guess, but let's have some Levi's just for the hell of it. And, we'll say we've got a size. Oh, I don't know why I just didn't type that in. Size 34, which will be a 34-inch waist.
A few storyboards from Indiana Jones. It was really cool to have something from Indiana Jones in my hand. So anything from movies, there's being in the movies.
Oh, thanks, Bronwyn.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
Before you go any further, Gigi, so just on a question on brand, I mean, do you ever worry or do you ever consider whether Levi's or any of those jeans are faked?
Yeah.
Do you ever look at if you buy a pair of Levi's, do you look at it and go, are you making sure they're authentic? Do Levi's get whatever it's called,
faked, counterfeited,
or whatever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a big thing, but that's when you're buying them, and there's a few things to look at. You need to make sure it's got the right brand and style of zipper. Secondly, I always check the back of the top button because that will give you, if it's got to have a number stamped on the back of that button. And you also need to check the rivets and make sure they have what they need to have on them. What else do we need to look at, guys? The tag. But they're the predominant things that you would need to check.
Are there any brands of jeans that get commonly fake that you'd be picking up in Australia?
Well, I mean, Levi's
diesels can get faked.
Yeah, diesels. I've not really come across, I mean, my brand, the types of brands I can get here, that the scope of that's fairly limited. So I'm probably not seeing a lot of the bigger, better brands that go for lots of money that I have to worry about that too much.
Okay.
But Stone Island is one that, you know, I did get caught out on, but you know, we won't talk about that. Lucky they only cost me $1.50. But yeah, you just got to check those basics, and then also check the hem. The hem catches people out all the time. Have a good look at them. Make sure you've got glasses on when you do. And that being said, I've still sold hem jeans. I will still sell them. I just have to sell them for less, but it does devalue them. A cut-off hem that is hemmed, and regardless of whether it's hemmed or it's, you know, well, probably if it's been re-hemmed, that will devalue a pair of jeans more than holes in the jeans, like distressing in the jeans themselves. And I'm only telling you my opinion. I'm not saying I'm the expert, but I am, and that I know everything, because I don't, but I'm just saying these are the things that I've picked up.
And that's the first thing my parents do when they buy their new jeans. They go around to the little shop and get them hemmed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's it, you know. But yeah, getting them hemmed, I mean, if you can get them cheap enough, it's that some Levi styles in particular are good to pick up. Then you want the ones that are 100% cotton though, and if you can get ones with a button fly, fantastic. They're still worth picking up because you can always cut them off into Daisy Dukes, which, you know, that fixes 110% of things that can be wrong with them. So the style is probably one of the things that is important, and we are lucky these days because a lot of the styles, and I'm in the women's one here too, by the way, but I will go into the men's one. A lot of the styles are often in the actual style name on the jean, you know, oftentimes. You know, it'll say just jeans, straight skinny jeans or something like that, you know, like, or boot cut slimming jean. So there'll be things in the name that can sometimes give them away that's actually either embroidered in the back of the jean or it's actually into the tag. So you can pick up things that way. Straight are probably if you're going to pick an overall style of jean that is going to be your seller, it's going to be your straight or your boot cut. Skinny jeans still sell, but not as much. Like, there are people that won't wear skinny jeans, but then there are other people that will only buy them. But yeah, so where do we go from there? So skinny, straight and boot cut is the overall style of the leg. So a skinny jean is where the leg of the jean, from the top right down to the ankle, tapers in, but it tapers in a lot, so that you can see by looking at it that it's going to be a firm fitting jean, meaning a skinny jean, meaning it's going to be like as wide as your leg. It's not going to be any wider. Does that make sense? Someone needs to talk to me. Yes, thank you. Thank you, John.
Like jeggings.
Yeah, like jeggings, exactly. Your straight jeans are very easy to pick because they're going to be the same width from the thigh width down to the bottom. You'll know, you know, when you hang them up, you can see that there's no tapering, or, you know, they don't flare out at the bottom or anything. Your boot cut, of course. Generally, a boot cut will have it on the jeans somewhere, but you can always tell because they're going to be wider, so that they go over your boots. Flares and that sort of thing are also fantastic. If you can get flares, they're extra better. Now, your
the boot cut sort of at the knee, it sort of flares out. Doesn't flare out straight away.
Yes,
just at the knee, just a bit.
That's it. Well said, John. Now, your ankle style are jeans that will, most of the time, they'll be a skinny jean, and an ankle one will sell. A skinny jean will sell better if it is an ankle style, and that's where it basically is just above the ankle sort of thing, so that you can wear it with sandals or whatever, you know. It's more a spring summer type style. Your boyfriend jeans,
I used to love my boyfriend jeans. They're my favourite.
Oh, do describe them for us, Sandra. How would you describe your boyfriend jeans?
Comfortable. They're kind of low hip.
Yeah, the hips low waist, so they're going to have they're going to have a low waist, so there'll be a low rise.
They're low rise.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're baggy through the hip and thigh, and then they can go down and be firmer in the calf or wherever. But it's always that baggy, because I've got big thighs and big butt. I always like the boyfriends. And I like them not being right up on my stomach. I like to have things. Yeah. I like the hipsters more, so the low rise. Most
people will know what a mum jean is, which is basically a high-waisted, you know, looser fitting pair of jeans, like a really comfy pair of jeans. And I've always sort of, you know, my take, if someone asks me what a boyfriend jean is, I will tell them that it's a low-waisted mum pair of jeans, because they're essentially the same style, but the boyfriend jeans will be a lot lower waisted. Would that be a fair expression for the jean sellers? Capri. So they only have capri in here if you really want to get into the technicalities of it, and there are some documents
Aren't
in...
they 3/4?
Yeah, they are. So in the documents section, where you can download documents out of the Discord, there are some documents in there that actually go through a lot of this stuff, and they will actually tell you. But there are what do you call them? So there's capris, there's several different styles that are quite different to each other if you want to get down to tin tacks, but they're all 3/4. But for eBay, the capri's the only 3/4 we get.
That's what I call a sailor jean. Like
Okay.
Sailor pants.
Yep.
They're sort of the same sort of length, I think you'll find.
Yeah. So then you've got your cropped. Well, cropped can be anything. So if you don't know whether it's a capri or whether they're technically shorts, if it's sitting on the knee, for example, they're really not a capri, because a capri goes down below the knee. So then they become a crop. You generally don't find a lot of crop. Oh, look, I suppose you do. No, you don't find a lot of cropped ones that will be that sort of knee length or up. You will get some in the plus sizes that will be that, because plus size people will wear those instead of short. So yeah, cropped can be very handy if you're unsure. And then of course we all know what flares
And they'll be all
are.
coming up to being vintage soon, the cropped ones.
Yeah.
Because my cousin gave me heaps of those years ago, and I never wore them because they look disgusting, but
Yeah.
But I'd say they'd be coming up to being vintage.
Yeah, they still make cropped ones. Well, not so much cropped ones, but more capri ones. Not necessarily cropped. Cropped ones are often ones that have been hemmed or cut off. So then we've got our flares, which of course are, they will be quite often quite firm, fitting down through to the knee, and then from just below the knee they will swing right out. You'll know flares when you see them. And then you've got your jeggings. So jeggings... Oh, I just sold something on Depop. Oh, hope it wasn't the pair of some of the jeans I sold on eBay yesterday that I haven't marked off. That'll be terrible, won't it? I better have a look. Let's see. I haven't sold anything on Depop for a few days. Oh, I sold an M&M's 2003 Ski Team Polar Fleece jumper. And, sold two things. And I sold a pair of lace shorts. So they're lined, but they're pretty little lace with a ruffle around them, like a real vintage lace.
Sorry, Vince?
So I've had 2 sales on Depop. Woohoo! Thank you. That saves me from my donut day, even though I'm going to possibly have a donut day on eBay. So your jeggings are going to be stretch. They're going to be like a pair of stretch leggings, except they're made of denim. Easy.
Got some lovely Jag jeggings in there. They're really good.
Yep, I like jeggings. They feel nice. So for me, where I come from, khakis are a khaki colour. But everyone tells me, no, they're an army style pant. More of an army
They
style.
have lots of pockets.
Loads of pockets. And often the top pockets will be the slash style rather than the curved style that you'll find in normal pair. Hello to anyone that's coming in, or is that people disappearing? I can't tell from where I am.
It was Rob doing both. Rob came in.
And he left again, did he? And then we've got the mum jeans, which, as we talked about before, are going to be your high-waisted, looser fit, baggy, comfy jeans. They're what your mum would wear because they're comfy. Well, my mum wouldn't be wearing them, but, don't think my mum would. Oh, has she ever worn jeans? No, she's never worn jeans. She never wore jeans in her life. Paper bag. They're easy to pick too because they're going to either have... So they'll cinch in at the waist, but they'll be baggier in the hip. But they'll come up above the waist and sort of flare out a bit, and then there'll either be a tie or there'll be elastic, so that when they're done up, they sort of cinch in and then the top sits out like the top of a paper bag. You've just scrunched it, if that makes sense. Skinny jeans, we talked about them.
I wouldn't have guessed, but now I know.
Oh, yeah. I can show you some examples anyway. Skinny jeans, we talked about before. Straight, we talked about. So your tapered, you'll see those, and they'll be more inclined to be on the men's jeans. So they still, if you're not careful, some tapered jeans are only tapered a little bit, but they still are like straight jeans, so you don't worry about that. But there are some that are noticeably tapered in, so there's still a looser leg fit, but it just tapers in gently. And yeah, you'll see it more on men's jeans, I find, than women's. And then you've got your wide leg, which is, so they basically, from the hip, sort of they're wide at the top of the hip, and they'll stay wide all the way down. So they're kind of like a pair of long culottes. I see those as. Right. Colour. Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? You probably really...
But only ever,
You
I
go.
was just going to say, only ever put one colour. Do not put two or more.
No, only put one colour. And look, most of the time there's only, I'm going to say 3 colours that you might need. So you've got your blue, which that's pretty easy, and even if they're pale blue, they're still blue. Black, if they're black but they're faded, they're still black. There's a difference between them being faded to grey and them being grey jeans a lot of the time. So yeah, that's my thought on that. You fit 99.9% of the time. Jeans are going to be, as far as I'm concerned, a regular fit, and I do that in both men's and women's. The only time is if it says relaxed fit on the jeans, I'll change it to relaxed fit, or if sometimes you'll get the petite ones, which, you know, most people don't get them very often, and then you'd have to change those, but there's not actually a petite fit in here, so I don't generally change that, but sometimes you can put slim, you can put relaxed if you've got, only time I use that, it tends to be in the plus sizes. If it's got, say, an elastic waist and they're stretched jeans, I'll do the relax. Now, does everybody knows, do you all know what the rise is?
Well, I do, and I'm the only one with the mic.
I do.
Yeah, I know what it is.
All right. My only thing that I'm going to say here is, in the men's, it doesn't matter so much. You can tell by looking at them whether they're high-waisted generally or whether they're not, and it's not going to be such a big issue. With the women's, it's kind of important that you do put it in. And there is a proviso, though, because even though they tell you these measurements, you can have a small pair, say a size 6 or an 8 size pair of women's jeans, and the measurement of the rise is, say, 8 inches, but they're actually a mid-rise. Because they're a smaller size, the rise is going to be smaller. So just be aware of that with the smaller sizes. Be careful of that. Fabric type. Well, that's easy, isn't it? If you're in here, there should only be one. Well, no, that's not true. You can have corduroy jeans, which I hope you all know what corduroy is. But you really don't need to worry about too much else. The only other one you might want to know about is selvage. And I will down the track show you what selvage denim is. Selvage is still denim, but it's a special denim and it's got a selvage edge on the denim. And if you find selvage jeans, especially if they're vintage, they're worth a lot more money. So you're going to want to put them as selvage if that's what they are. Theme. Hands up who fills out the theme. Did you all put your hands up? Because I didn't.
No.
I don't fill that out at all. It's just a waste of time. Look,
sometimes I do, because I sometimes do if I like, maybe I'll put cowboy or modern or designer or so. I don't know. Sometimes I do.
Hang on, I've just got to grab the power supply's fallen out of the back of my computer and it's about to go flat. So yeah, I was going to say, but yeah, sometimes you do, but then in what cases do you decide to put it in? Look, the only time I will do it is if I happen to pick up, say, a pair of pure westerns, or, you know, one of those sort of specific western branded jeans that the rodeo girls like to wear, and all the cords are tangled up, and now I can see, because I'm on a swing table, it swings around, and obviously when I swung it before, it's pulled it out. If you've got those real westerns with the real blingy embroidery back pockets that the rodeo girls like to wear, that's the only time I would bother, and even then I probably don't. The other thing is, if you're going to use the AI, eBay's AI, to create your description, don't fill the theme out, because it sends the AI all over the place. Pardon me. What I'm showing you here is my pre-built template. My God, that was eBay that time. Did you hear that? Oh, you wouldn't be hearing it because it's not in my microphone. What have we got now?
I heard it.
3, looks like some John Marsden books. 3 John Marsden books. Well, thank you. It's been a long day waiting for some sales, let me tell you. I'm sure they think I get up at this time of the day. Not that this is the end of the day for me.
You know what? It'd be nice if mine starts doing that. I'd feel very good.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything yesterday. I'm waiting for one today.
Oh, well, fingers crossed.
I had my first one about 2 minutes before your first Depop one, for my first one for the day.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, so what I'm showing you that I'm using here to do this is not just the general thing on it, eBay. This is my template that I have built especially for women's jeans. So I have some stuff automatically picked, because that's, in the majority of time, I can save myself a lot of time by having these things already built in that I don't have to do anything. And that's things like where denim is chosen, where regular is chosen, and that sort of thing. And then especially when we get down to these things like features. So in my features, I have these things already ticked, because it's actually quicker for me to untick the ones I don't need than it is to go and find the ones that I do need. So I have comfort. You always want to put comfort. Distressed, as long as you've got even a little bit of distressing on them, you can get away with distressed, and it's something people search for. Pockets, stretch, because there are more women's jeans these days that are stretched than are not. So I have stretch, because it stretches right down the bottom when you go to search for it. So I have it in here because, as I said, it's quicker to untick it. And I also have my own little one in there, which is the washout fade. I'm trying to keep putting it in because I'm hoping that it'll get picked up by eBay at one stage as a regular item specific. Poor me. Size type, again, regular. And here is where you can put in your plus sizes, your petites, talls, juniors, maternity, whatever, in this section here. As I said, I generally only do the plus size in there, and the same with the men's. Everyone's different, but I can tell you as a plus size person that I find it highly insulting when people list their size 16 jeans as plus size. Size 16 jeans are not plus size. So to me, a size 18 and over is plus, and in the men's.
But if they're from a plus store,
doesn't
you have
matter.
To list this,
no,
even
you don't.
if it's a 14 plus, because they're a different sizing.
Well, if it's distinctly a 14 plus, but Autograph, for example, sell jeans from size 14 upwards, but it's not that their size 14 and 16 jeans are plus size, they're just regular 14 and 16s, but they just started extending their size range down. They're still no different to a 14 or a 16 that you can go and buy at any other store. But anyway, that's just my opinion as a plus size person. It insults me, but each to their own. In the men's, I generally say a 38 and up is a plus size in the men's. And then we get to the material. So generally a pair of jeans, they're either going to be 100% cotton or cotton. You can put 100% cotton if that's what they are. I have cotton and elastane ticked because, again, the majority of the time if they're a stretched jean, that's all that's going to be in them. You are going to get some that will have polyester in them as well, but I can for the few that have that, I can quickly go down and choose that. But I just have those two chosen. Just watch it if the jeans are only cotton. Don't put that they've got elastane in them, and don't put that they're stretched, because they're actually not going to be if they're 100% cotton. With your closure, again, I have these pre-selected. There is a button and a zip. That's what 99% of the jeans are going to be. But you can go down and just take out the button. Take out the zip if it's a button fly. So, and it's not very rarely you're going to find any of these other things for jeans. Your inside leg. So that's the measurement from the crutch seam down the inside of the leg to where the jeans hem finishes. So with jeans, the standard is, and I know in Australia they kind of think it's different, but the majority of people into jeans and that buy jeans and even go to a jean shop here in Australia, you're buying your jeans not in a size 14, 16, 18, or I don't know what men's sizing's like in centimetres. You're going to buy a 32-inch waist or a 30-inch waist or a 28-inch waist. It's all going to be, and the same with the inside leg, it's all going to be in inches. So you can do, I've very rarely had anyone, I've had one person probably, I think, ask me, because I've done all my measurements are in inches, because that's the standard for jeans, and I got that off Judda a long time ago when I first started, and I asked him why, and he said that's the standard, because especially if you want to sell them overseas to internationally, you need to do them in inches. And I reckon I've only had one person ask me, could I give them the centimetres? So my response to them was 1 inch equals 2.5 centimetres, because I wasn't going to sit there and do their multiplication tables for them. So so just do those in inches. Your waist measurement, and that's pretty much straight across the top of your waist. You do need to just make sure when you do your waist measurement that your jeans are sitting where they're supposed to sit, so that the rise is in the right position, because sometimes people have that down too low, which will mean the waist measurement will be smaller, or you don't pull the waist all the way up to the top, because if you're measuring a low waist pair of jeans, the measurement from side to side, if you pull that up, is going to be different than if it's sitting in its natural low waist position. So that's how you measure that. Vintage, actually have that unticked now. I want to untick you. Go on. I want it untick. There we go. Ugh. It's not going to stay unticked, is it? Ah, there we go. Huh. Now, you really want to have that unticked, especially if you're going to use the AI to generate your description, because if you tick no, the AI will say these jeans are not vintage, which is ridiculous. But if you don't mention it, it won't put it in at all. And the only time you need to worry about ticking that is if you have got some vintage jeans. Then you need to put that in there. Fabric wash, I rarely fill that out because you can look at the photos and determine for yourself what the fabric wash is. Now, the denim expert that I got a lot of my information off was that if it's what the jeans. So if you've got, for example, that were indigo navy blue jeans, but now they're like a light blue because they've faded over time, they are then considered a light wash by the time people are buying them, if you are going to put that in, but I don't put it in. Accents, the only two accents, well, three that you'll usually get are the logo, pockets and top stitching. You don't need to put those in.
What do you mean by top stitching? What is top stitching?
So you know how around jeans there's always got the double row of stitching all the way around the pockets edge and down the front of the zipper,
Yep.
And it's in a thicker cotton than what you would normally get other garments, so that's like a top stitching. It's kind of like, it has a use, but it's also more of a decorative stitch than it is. Yeah.
It's shall we call it an accent?
Yeah. It's there to be looked at, not, and that's the difference between the features and the accent. So a feature is something good about the jeans. An accent is something that you can see visibly with your eye. So but I mean, you will get jeans that are embroidered, for example, heavily embroidered. Just because your jeans got a button, don't put button. Because most of the time you're not going to see the button. But like if it's got buttons all down the side seam or something, yes. Or if it's got a big flash buckle on it or something. I don't think there's any in there that are real. And just because your jeans have got a zipper, don't put zippers in as an accent. They mean you can get zippers that have got outside zippers on the pockets. That would be more of an accent. So yeah. I've got a peek in here now. I still got some, all the same bunnies. I'm just checking to see who's in here. Pattern. Another one, don't fill it out. Oh, hang on, model. I forgot model. Model, again, unless you have a specific model, don't bother filling it out. And when I'm talking, most of the time, you're going to waste time if you're going to fill that out, unless they're like a Levi's or...
RMs have specific models. Yeah,
RMs do. And then model numbers that people will look for in those brands. Yep. But if you've got like a pair of, trying to think of a brand, just a pair of Rockman's jeans, for example, or Katie's or Autograph jeans, it's no good putting the style number in because people aren't going to be searching for that. So you're actually wasting your time putting it in. But, if you've got Levi's 501s or 515s or whatever, put them in. Pattern, like unless you've got a pattern jeans, I actually don't fill that out at all, but don't fill in that they're solid because, again, the AI will say, these jeans have a solid pattern. Yeah, thanks. That sounds fantastic. Now I'm going to spend 30 seconds deleting that sentence, it's kind of just wasting time because denim is denim. And to me, well, as I said, everything I'm telling you is my interpretation. And to me, a lot of the jeans I sell, because we all know that I love faded jeans. So they're not actually solid anyway, because they've got a lot of variation in them, which is better anyway. Country of manufacture, I do not fill that out unless I have got a pair of vintage jeans that are made in certain places like the US, like Turkey, like Australia. Probably
also even Turkey ones.
Turkey denim is bloody good denim.
Okay.
At Italy, definitely fill out. If you've got Italian, definitely fill that out for Italian. People love Italian jeans. They never last long. So yeah, they're the ones. The main. Sorry.
They haven't bought mine yet.
Oh, yeah. Give it time. Yeah. So they're the main ones. France maybe, depending on what the brand is. But it's also a good one to fill out. Say you've got a brand that you don't know the brand, but they looked really nice jeans, and you looked on the label and saw that they were vintage and they were made in France or they were made in Turkey. I will extra that or made initially, then I definitely will make sure I filled that out, because that will help people know that they are authentically vintage and all that sort of stuff and where they're made. And it might make them buy those brand even if they don't know them, just because they're Italian made, or they're, it's made of turkey denim, or, product line. Has anybody ever filled that out, honestly?
Good night, everyone. Sorry, I need to go and get something
that's all right.
done.
Good night. Go to sleep.
My apologies.
No, go for it.
Cheers.
Just curious, has anyone ever filled that product line out?
No, because if you do the Levi's one, says Levi's 500 series,
Yep.
that's nearly the whole lot, except for maybe kids ones or something. There is some 600s.
There are some 600s, yeah.
But it's nearly the whole lot. You wouldn't bother.
No, and to my mind anyway, John, particularly with the Levi's, because you're going to have filled out that there are 501 or a 533 up in the other bit, what point is there filling that out?
There's no point.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
I no longer fill out whether they're machine washable or not. Again, that was on my part, so that the AI makes a very clean description for me, a very quick few line description if I leave that sort of stuff out, because otherwise you get in there, this garment is machine washable, or this garment is, it's really clunky wording, and so I don't fill that out. The other thing I do not fill out is seasons, Here if you could click on this and it said all seasons, I'd go for it, but you got to fill out all of them singly. It's a waste of time. We wear jeans all year round.
When I was younger, let's face it, people used to swim in their jeans when you're in the teenage years.
Absolutely.
Swim in your jeans, so it's all year.
Yep, absolutely.
We were lazy again.
Yeah. Handmade goes in the same place, in the same bin as vintage does. Don't put no. You need to untick it, because it will say this garment is not, these jeans are not handmade. If you want to use the AI, and it's ridiculous. I will fill it out. I do have a couple of pair here that are pretty cool handmade ones, and I'll, fill it out then, but yeah. And you can go show more, which asks you to put your pocket type in. I used to do that, and because most jeans are a 5-pocket design, but then you'll get some that are a slash pocket and have a coin pocket. I don't worry about those anymore, because generally you can see those from the photos anyway. So that's all of the ones in the women's.
But you seem to be doing a lot of your specifics now because of what the AI, or the ones you miss are because of the AI.
Yeah, because
so you find that you're selling because of your AI is doing such a good description nowadays.
I don't know
that's helping.
I don't know that it's so much that I'm doing such a good description. I kind of feel like because they like you to use the AI, it pushes you up in the algorithm a bit more. That's my thought.
Adding.
Yeah. So I'll just quickly fill these out, just to show you. So, come on, fill it out. I just clicked on boot cut. Oh, now it's going to let me click it on it. And they're going to be blue. In my men's jeans, because predominantly, I'm going to say 95% of the jeans I pick up are blue. I have blue, I think I already have blue pre-selected. But in the women's jeans, I don't, because I probably do a fair bit of black jeans and coloured jeans, and yeah, so I don't have that in there. We'll have some high-rise ones today. And gee, this is working slow today, isn't it? Look at how slow it's loading. Denim. What have we got? Yeah, we'll leave all those in there. Size type, leave all that as it is. We'll put that they're a 32-inch inside leg. What size did I say they were? Anyway, I'll put a 30-inch waist, it won't matter. And yes, no, we'll leave the vintage off. I won't fill any of that out. And they can be made... No, I left the vintage off, didn't I? So I won't fill that out. Yep, so that's all. So then if you just go down, I'll just go use AI description, and see it'll only write a very few lines, and it won't write stupid crap in there. Like, these jeans are not handmade. These jeans are made in China, and they are not handmade. These jeans are not vintage. And it doesn't do that. It just does a very basic thing. So I don't even have to think like it. Yeah, it's perfect doing it that way. Alright, so go to men. Yes, I have a lot of templates. Look at all my lovely templates. Look at them all.
You know how many I use?
Oh, I don't know, probably 1, 2, 3?
None.
1.
None.
I have them for everything, and I find it such a great thing. And in fact...
I'm not saying I'm right, by the way.
No, I'm not saying I'm right either. I'm just going to say, because the other day I needed to... What was I... Oh, when I was listing those audio books and I wanted to make a new template for them, but I had to go and delete one of my other templates because I'd already used the 50 up that you're allowed to have. That's terrible, isn't it? Saying something. All right, so now we're in the men's ones. Men's items specific. Same thing again.
And they are very different.
Hey?
They are very different.
They are a little different. So we're going to have some Wrangler jeans this time. We'll choose. Type. Oh, look at that. They're jeans. Size 34. Blue. See, I have blue pre-selected because the majority of men's jeans are blue. They'll be straight. They'll be denim. They'll be a regular fit. That should be generally ticked. And they can be 505. We'll have a waist size of 34. Comfort, again, I'll have the same things in here. The main one in here, because I pre-tick these, the main one that I will untick is stretch. But again, I've timed myself doing it, and it is still...
So much quicker.
Yeah, it's just much quicker to untick stretch than it is to tick stretch. So even though I probably more so don't use stretch in the men's jeans, there are a lot of men's jeans that are stretch these days. So it's probably, I'm going to say, 30 to 40% of the jeans. So it's, again, it makes enough of a difference for me that I'll tick it, that I have it ticked and then I can untick it.
Yeah, it's more that the newer jeans are becoming more and more stretched.
Yeah, they are. And again, I don't fill out the theme unless they're super duper cowboy one. Oh, well, we make them cowboy. I chose Wrangler, didn't I? Or was it going to take too long? No. Oh, there we go. Cowboy's in there. And again, I have regular chosen, and it's easy just to swap over to big and tall if they are big and tall ones. Closure, again, button zip. Material, again, I have that pre-filled just with cotton because, again, you know, maybe 70% of my jeans don't have any stretch to them. They're just cotton jeans, so that I just have that set already set up. And again, that should be unticked. Fabric wash, again, I don't fill that out, but I probably should have shown you what was in there. So there is things in here like acid wash, charcoal wash, those sort of things. And stone wash, but I generally wouldn't fill those out, especially because even though you can tell maybe they have been done with an acid or a stone wash, how do you tell for sure unless it actually says it in the model name or on the tag?
Okay, the only time I'd probably do that is if it was new with tags.
Yep.
And on the bit that you take off, that might say acid or stone wash.
Yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't say charcoal wash, wouldn't be in there.
Yep.
It would only say acid or stone wash of those.
Yeah.
And I have done it once, I think, so far, and that's it.
And tell me this: has anybody ever seen a rinse wash? What is that?
You should always wash your jeans before you sell them anyway.
Well, yeah, but that's meaning what they look like, isn't it? Like all of these. So
Yeah. I must admit, I've done the dark, light, and medium. I've done that.
Yeah.
But then I'm not using it in the eye either.
Yeah.
So I'm not. But that's just a plain dark pair of jeans. I put that on there.
Yep.
Not black. I'm just talking blue jeans.
Yeah. And look, I have used it a lot in the past, but as I said, it just Okay, so we chose Wrangler and Cowboy, so we'll go with the Wrangler Cowboy cut just because I can. Country manufacturer, again, as I said, I wouldn't fill that out unless they were made made somewhere special. No, I did do the features up there, didn't I? Is there more people coming in?
People are gone. One more's come back.
Oh, well. Am I bothering? Should I bother keep going? Accents, again, same thing. I've got those things in there, and because I do get lots of cargos and stuff, I've got zipper selected in there, but it's quicker to untick it than go and find it.
Now, here's one. I don't think I bought them. There was a pair of jeans that had zippers on the near the hem.
Yes. Yep.
Would you put zipper as accent there?
Oh, definitely. I've got ones that have got zippers like that. Yep. Yes, and you will get some, especially in the women's. You'll get some that there is actually you can actually zip them up from the bottom, and they'll be ankle jeans. But because you can see the thing, and it's a physical thing that you can see, not that's hidden behind the zipper flap, it's okay to to my mind, it's a feature, like it's an accent. So rise, we'll just say mid-rise. Again, you've got your pattern and your season. Leave off handmade. I should leave one of them ticked to show you. Yeah, so have all that ticked, and then we'll just go use AI, and the same thing. And there's probably half a line more in this one than there was in the previous one, and that's most likely because I chose the cowboy theme, and I also chose to put in the model number, which was the Wrangler cowboy cut.
And some reason they're straight fit Levi's 505s.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it'll pick up whatever you do. So if I go back, and this is where it's.
Oh, there you go. So your model number.
Yeah.
Is incorrect.
Exactly. So it's only picked up on what I've gone on. So I'll pick up. We'll say that they're a medium wash. And
so I don't really do the rise. On men.
Don't you?
I do the photo, but I don't put it in. I'll put it in on the women's. I physically put the if I can understand what the rise is.
Yeah, and I would. I would put them in on the women's is more important than putting them in on the men's because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
And then we'll tick all the
okay.
things here, and we'll say that they're not handmade. And where was didn't it give me that was the other thing that I meant to point out too. With the department, with certain styles of jeans, change it to unisex adults most of the time because a lot of women like to buy for their mum jeans or their they like to buy, and if you put unisex you're opening yourself up to a
I don't do that, but
getting searched more for the women to search in them. What else? Vintage. We'll say no. Made in China, of course, what we all like to say. Alright, and we better put the pocket in. We better have a 5-pocket cargo with a coin pocket. Just to show you if you tick it all. And they're machine washable. So I'll undo that and then I'll tell it to use it again. So get the ultimate classic cowboy look with these Wrangler cowboy cut denim jeans in a timeless blue colour. Made from comfortable and stretchy cotton fabric, these straight fit jeans feature a mid-rise waist and a 5-pocket design with cargo and coin pockets for added convenience. The distressed and washed out fade adds a touch of rugged style. Perfect for any season of the year. Oh, they've improved that one. That's the first time I've seen that. I used to always say would be perfect in spring, summer, winter and autumn.
Okay.
So they have improved that. Complete your outfit with these iconic Levi's 505 jeans. Perfect for both men and women, see, because I put the unisex in. The medium wash denim with button and zip closure along with the signature logo accents makes these jeans a versatile addition to your wardrobe. Whether you're heading out for a casual day or night on the town, these jeans will keep you looking stylish and feeling comfortable. Now, I will say two things. It hasn't put in there, these jeans are not vintage, and it hasn't put in there, these jeans are not machine no, they haven't put in there about being machine washable, which it always used to. So they've obviously taken feedback from people and they fixed those things. But
well, straight below it, they do say provide any helpful feedback.
Yeah.
How many times have you done that? Have you sent a lot of feedback?
I did early on.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah. And the other thing the only thing I would say with that, compared to the early one I did, it's a men's listing, so keep it simple. So this is a bit longer and a bit more wordy, so I would still tend, and a lot of that is stuff that you don't need to worry about for men, so there are some things on there that, are good improvements, but I still think that's a bit wordy for a men's pair of jeans myself, for a description, because men won't read it.
We appreciate your concern.
Thank you. So, what other any questions? Hi Neil. Well, guess no one else in here's a jeans seller anyway. John, so I've talked to you and you already know what you're doing.
Well, Rob used to be. Didn't he used to do clothes?
But he doesn't like selling clothes, so it's not like he's going to go and sell some.
Well, but I've been unsure with Rob because he seems to pick up other things very easily.
He does.
He might go back one day.
I think he's easily influenced, by us. He admires us so much. That's why he starts selling books and, all that sort of stuff. Is that right, Rob? He's not even listening. because he hasn't even bothered biting back. So
He
yeah,
did
so
say
that's
hello.
about it.
Hello, I'm back in the chat.
Hey?
Well, hello again. He did say hello again in the chat,
Oh,
which I
did he?
responded.
Oh, maybe he's got some questions in here if I look. It's been 8 chat things. Sorry. I'll need to listen back. Hunger pains have kicked in. Need to go. Hello again. Interesting, even though I don't do clothing. Fading rapidly. I'll catch you soon. Not all. It's good night for me. Yeah, alright.
See, Bronwyn sounds distressed, but that's only in a clothing manner. Fading rapidly.
She is. She doesn't sound well.
That would be stress, wouldn't it?
Yeah, she doesn't sound well. I'll let her off. Definitely let her off. Alright.